I'm Supermoon Tarot, and in today's video, we're going to be answering yes or no to any single question you have. Whatever it is, we're going to be finding it out. Now remember, the question you're asking needs to be set so that the answer would be yes or no. Now, if it is yes, we're going to be finding out, why yes. And if it's no, or I guess yes wouldn't be included in this because it just depends on how you want to hear the information. Like if I can sense this is a negative thing, if it's scary for you, I'm going to be looking into further details to find out, well, is there some sort of solution to it? I want you to feel like you have some sense of closure, understanding. I want you to leave this reading feeling optimistic and happy about life. You know what I mean? So as you can see, we have 8 groups in front of us, all labeled so you know which one you're picking. And I'm going to give you a moment to pick the group that you resonate with most. Now that you have, you can go down to the description where your marked timestamp and group is down below. And let's get started for group number 1. Group number 1, let's find out yes or no to your question. We have Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, so with the Page of Swords in reverse, this is directly talking about the idea of hearing about disappointing or bad news. Now, this is good. This is a good thing because it takes away the intensity of the answer, because it's more just like hearing about something not working out. This can also talk about like a lack of focus, and that goes in line with when we have over here the Chariot talking about when there's like a lack of direction going on, and with the Ace of Pentacles, again, it's the idea that something just didn't work out, and it's mostly due to some form of like not using your resources correctly. This would be something actively you're doing, so that's either like overspending or underspending. I'll be honest with you, I'm getting an overspending vibe, but overspending can be your money. These are like tangible things, like maybe you have a bunch of supplies or using too much of it, whatever it is. So we have lack of focus, lack of, understanding where to go, and then all of this is kind of making you spend too much money everywhere. So this is like a no, because there isn't anything well planned here. So your answer, just to be clear, is a no. However, this doesn't feel super intense to me. This isn't something you should be frightened about, but I do want to see if there is some form of like a solution here. Like, can this change? Can we get this to be a yes? So we have Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the World upright, ooh, the Moon in reverse, King of Cups upright, ooh, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I hope this looks like it makes sense. So this is kind of a meant to happen sort of thing. You're not being punished, but it does look like you still have some lessons to learn when we see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's like, it's not that you karmically did something bad and you're now receiving punishment. It's more like you still haven't learned this lesson that you keep going through over and over and over again. And by finally kind of dealing with, I guess you could say, the quote unquote consequences, I feel that's a very strong word, because this is a very soft, like hearing you just didn't get the job or something like that. It's not fun, it's disappointing, but nothing major happened. So the again, very light consequences are something that enables you to finally break this chain. So the no is a weirdly good thing, because it helps you understand what went wrong. Because over here, the 9 of Pentacles implies that you are capable in the long run of being more in charge of this situation, being able to be, handle things with ease. You're going to earn it with a lot of hard work. It's going to happen in the long run. You're going to be really, this is all like in the long run, this didn't work out, but you're going to be okay with future things involving this particular situation, if that makes sense. And again, the no is based on learning this lesson in order to get to this point in your life where you're like really in charge of things and you're independent and you've got this. As you can see, it's branching off into the world. It's like you are more mature now from this situation than you were before. It's helping you have a greater sense of awareness of the world and how things work and how you work with yourself and the world. So again, life lesson learning thing here. And the moon card in reverse talks about how by experiencing this, it helped you understand problems or things that like traits you have that you weren't fully aware of to begin with. This makes you finally be like, oh wait, you know what? You're right. Did I not get, like, so let's say the question is, am I going to get this job opportunity? Well, it's a no, but it's not no because you don't have enough skills or you're not compatible with the job or anything. It's just like, maybe you should have planned a little bit better. Maybe you should have been a little more on that resume or whatever like that. But the King of Cups upright's really positive because this is somebody who has, by understanding this thing that didn't work out, they now understand the complexity of the situation, both things that maybe aren't fun to hear, like, you know, again, pointing out traits of ourselves we don't like to face, but also understanding how it affects the other people, you, the world. It's like being objective about a very intricate situation and being able to accept it and understand it in order to use it to their advantage and move on. So this is a no, and it's kind of inevitable, but it's a good thing because in the long run, you're going to have a lot, like it's going to lead to a very successful yes of whatever this question is. And this is just helping you grow and obtain that. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Let's get ready for group number 2. Group number 2, let's find out, is the answer yes or no? We have Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon card upright, and 5 of Cups upright. Okay, so it feels like there's this opportunity. Now we're going to call it opportunity in very loose terms because while mostly the Ace of Pentacles talks about job stuff, this is a general reading, so this could be an opportunity to go on a date with someone. Whatever it is, there's some sort of thing that you could receive and you would like to receive, but it looks like it's going to be given to someone else. So you're not going to receive it because someone else is. And I can see by the 5 of Cups, this causes you a lot of grief. To have this sort of reaction, you clearly really wanted it. It was something that was important to you of some sort. But here's where it gets interesting as far as the answer is. Because we have the Moon card that's acting as a form, like a blockage that's preventing this from being given to you. So the Moon card can imply 2 different things. This is just in general talking about the idea of like there's something you're not understanding that's kind of being hidden from you that you're not quite aware of. This could be personal issues or things that, you know how we accidentally push something away. We're not fully aware of who we are and how we present ourselves at times. Something you maybe need to work through. Sometimes it's just the act of saying, like some people aren't comfortable accepting things, if that makes sense. So it's either something you're not aware about yourself, or you're not aware about how someone feels about you or the situation as a whole. Like maybe you're the brunt of, like somebody else is going through their own drama and you're getting the after effect of it. So it's nothing personal to you, but somebody is spiting someone else or they dislike you or whatever it is. It's their own personal problem. And it's just kind of, there's not any way you can be necessarily in control of it. So let's find out if it's a person or you or whatever this moon situation is, and if we can get the situation to be a yes instead of a no. Oh, actually, let's push this out of the way so it's less confusing. King of Cups in reverse, 8 of Cups upright. Interesting, Death card in reverse right next to this. I want to understand this better. Yeah, you really did care about this, or you do care about this. Okay, so let me put these cards on. So the 8 of Cups over here implies that whatever this thing is that's not going to be given to you is actually an entire thing you're going to be leaving behind you, and you're going to be moving on for better or worse is usually the term that goes with this type of card. The thing though is that I'm getting a very strong feeling that you're unaware that this thing that you want so bad, this thing you're passionate about, while it might be your main focus now, you're going to have another passion and focus you didn't even know you wanted in the future, and you're kind of leaving this behind for good in order to truly find what you were meant to do, meant to receive. You get what I'm saying over here when we have the Eight of Cups. But the thing is, the Death card in reverse implies there's a certain level of acceptance you need to have in this current situation with it being a no in order to then successfully move on and then discover what you really were meant to receive or want, and then to then allow it to in your life. Because the Death card in reverse implies going back to the beginning, like the beginning of a cycle, maybe this is an ex, you get what I'm saying, and having a certain sense of closure with it. Doesn't mean going back and then receiving it, it's just understanding it and usually when this card pops up, it's the idea of like, this is the root of the problem. So what's the root of the problem? Appropriately, tarot cards tend to put themselves in a sort of like metaphor. As you can see, you have to go back to the beginning. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. So with the King of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Wands, it almost, there's this, how do I imply that? How do I say this? There's this implication that this is something, yes, you do really want, but you feel very conflicted emotionally about it. It's like you're forcing yourself to make it happen. And yes, like, okay, so let's give an example here. Maybe you really love to study biology, right? You really love it, or you think it'd be a cool career. You like doing the experiments or whatever. And I guess chemistry would be better for that, but I'm getting nitpicky. And even though it seems cool because it's something you're really interested in, when you're actually studying for it and making it turn into a degree, something you'll do with, you're finding you're not really happy. You know, it's fun to talk about, but to study it all day and night is just really getting to you. But it's all you know you're into, and so you're trying to make it happen because you don't really have like a backup, and it's very scary to just let go of that. You're kind of the only thing you know that you're into, so to speak. So there's a certain level of understanding, like, okay, I'm forcing something. Yes, it's cool and I enjoy it, but I'm forcing it and it's making me feel like emotionally unbalanced because one moment I'm really happy, then I'm confused why I'm sad, and it's like all over the place due to forcing this to happen. And it's about accepting that, letting it go, moving on, and by accepting and letting go and moving on, you can truly then be ready for the next part of your life. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Anyways, let's get ready for group number 3. Group number 3, let's find out, is your answer yes or no? We have the Tower upright, 7 of Wands upright, Knight of Swords upright. Let me just pull one more card to get specifics on this tower. Oh my God, Death card upright. Okay, all right, intensity. I am all about this. This is awesome. So, okay, so it looks like this is something that you have been fighting for a while. You really, really want it. You've been focused. You put all your attention there, all your passion there, and this is so interesting. It's like, yes, but not the way you anticipated it, or it still feels shocking when it comes. So it's like a yes, but okay, so let me gather my thoughts. So over here we have the Knight of Swords, really driven. They're a little more experienced than they were before when they were a page, but there's just this veracity to being like, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to let everyone know about it. I'm going to be really focused on it. It's a lot of mental effort and intelligence and just pretty good judgment, which is great. And then we have over here the 7 of Wands. You know, now you're really throwing your heart into it. You're fighting. You're not giving up. Again, same energy of like not standing down. It almost feels like there is this is like when people have been seeing you work hard hard for it for a while and they're starting to plant their seeds of doubt because they're most likely jealous or whatever, and you're like, screw that, no way, I'm going to make it happen. But then we have the Tower card. So people imply all the time, I don't know why, that the Tower card is somehow negative. Not at all. The Tower card is just unexpected change. But unexpected change can totally be positive. It doesn't always mean something scary and negative. That's why I was pulling the other card just to make sure. But the thing is, it's intense change. It changes your total, your daily routine is the best way to put it. Kind of like when you fall in love and you start dating somebody, and well, guess what? When you start dating them, you're going to have a whole new schedule and way of thinking and doing things. But then we have the Death card, and the Death card implies this big dramatic change is, well, it's that much more intense, because this is when you totally like strip away part of yourself, a total metamorphosis. It's a very deep, guttural change. You will feel like a completely different person. Again, we talk about dramatic change in your schedule and stuff like this. So it feels like you've been fighting for it, but when it comes, it's still, it feels like it happens in a flash. Even though you've been wanting it, it's all of a sudden being told out of the blue in the middle of all your hard work, guess what, you're now the CEO of the company or whatever. And it feels very intense. It does feel like it is, again, maybe not the exact way you were hoping it would be, but in a good way. Like this is going to dramatically lift you and raise you and make you happy and better. And it's just like a lot of intensity, but it's all a good thing. Definitely expect a positive evolution from this, yes. All your hard work is paying off, which is really great. And I applaud you because it's very easy to allow others to bring us down. So get excited for something that you can't possibly expect. So yes, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give the video a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's get ready for group number 4. Group number 4. Let's find out, is your answer yes or no? The Temperance card in reverse, the Moon card in reverse, and the Star card in reverse. Hold on, let me, okay. This is a bit of a confusing one to say because it is actually in fact positive, but I'll just be honest with you, it's hard for me to say yes or no, so I'm going to explain the situation, and then you will understand if this is like a yes or a no to you. I normally am able to be super specific, but you'll understand the complexity as I explain this. So it seems like you've been dealing with this issue, this thing, for a while. And the Star card implies that while this issue has brought you down in some way, you're starting to feel kind of lost, directionless, unbeknownst to you, you've actually been fine. Sometimes our road in life is not always linear or feels smooth, but that doesn't mean we're not still progressing forward, which is awesome. So this is like being on your path and doing the right thing at the right time and going through what you need to go through when you need to go through it, but you just aren't aware of it and it doesn't feel necessarily pleasant in the moment. So of course you think that if you feel lost, therefore you are lost. No, you're not at all, which is great. But then over here, we talk about what has been kind of bringing you down, that thing that's been making you feel lost. And we have the Temperance card. So the Temperance card implies things have just been not feeling right. Now, a sense of imbalance is about this card, but this can range from anything from feeling off about your emotions, maybe things just haven't been working out right with this other person or yourself. There's just been something that's been not clicking. And then we beautifully get the Tower card in reverse. This shows that it's been a problem for a while and it is now ending, which is so amazing. Now, this is where I'm saying it gets confusing about the yes or no. So this issue that's been making you feel like you have not been moving properly forward in life and feeling like your best self and so on and so forth, is now going to be ending, which is great, but it's going to be ending due to the Moon card in reverse. This is when something that was knowledge you weren't privy to comes to light. This can be anything from understanding a part of who you are. This can be a perspective or a new way of viewing this other person. Maybe you're able to see through the facade of this other person. Often when I get the Moon card in reverse, this implies that you either learned a secret about them or your first impression of them was wrong. And now you're realizing that and you're like, oh my gosh, I no longer feel bad or guilty about them not being in my life anymore. Oh, look at that sun coming out. I love that. Because I now understand this part of them. So I'm going to be honest with you. This is so open-ended in a way where it's hard for me to be like, think of the question you're asking. Would this imply yes for you? Like, yes, you should, like, let's say if it's like, oh, should I be with this person anymore? Like, even then it's hard for me to say yes or no. I apologize, this one's a vague one. You understand now what I'm seeing? So it's like, it's a positive feeling of like, yeah, it's going to be great. Everything's working out awesome. But it's hard for me to say yes or no. I guess it feels like a yes. Hopefully this wasn't too rambly. And if you still enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Either way, have a lovely day and let's get ready for group number 5. Group number 5. Let's find out if your answer is yes or no. We have the Wheel of Fortune upright, the Fool card upright. Oh, wow, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. I'm very delighted for you. This is a really outstanding positive yes, because, this is more than fantastic. So over here, when we get the Ten of Swords in reverse, I absolutely love this card because while the Ten of Swords upright talks about a really terrible ending, often dealing with people backstabbing you, lying to you, most negative stuff you can put out there, the Ten of Swords in reverse implies that you dodged it. You avoided it. It could have been, and you're avoiding it. So it's this feeling of like, so this feels like a yes, but if the question is like, should I get this job? And you're like, should I go for it? It's like, no, don't. Get away from that situation because it is a mess and you don't want to deal with that mess. You will be sorry if you do, and you're going to be much happier if you don't. And it implies there's this feeling with the Fool card. This is when you go into something without a lot of skill or experience, and you're just kind of taking the risk. And it's like a really happy, free, fun feeling. It's like all of a sudden being like, I studied my whole life for this one career, and I'm just gonna, screw it. I'm just gonna try out this other career, and you end up having a lot more fun, and it implies a lot of, the card by itself is an extremely positive one because it basically says that you go into this experience or this other relationship, whatever this other situation is, without a lot of proof that it's going to work out or that you're even capable, and it ends up working out phenomenally well for you. Like, these are the most two positive cards to have together, which I love for you. But then we have the Wheel of Fortune upright, and this is like triple confirmation of positivity. This is the kind of thing that talks about good fortune. This talks about you've built up enough positive karma. And I often, now while positive karma can talk about your past lifetimes, we're specifically talking about this one. All the times you've tried to be a good person, all the times you've tried to do the right thing for yourself or for other people, it's kind of like this beautiful reward. So you get triple confirmation that it's like, it's a yes, but I guess it's a yes with a with an emphasis of, it could be a no if it's like, should I go towards this situation? No, avoid this situation. All this other good stuff is happening for you. Or like, is it okay that I'm leaving this person? Yes, because of this. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's really positive. I'm really excited for you because when we have this going on, this implies a positive shift and change in your life with, this can be money, a good relationship. Expect a very free-spirited, a lot of good luck coming your way and unexpected things. So really happy for you. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Let's get ready for group number 6. Group number 6. I can't really hold up a 6 because I have cards in my hand. Group number 6. Let's find out if your answer is yes or no. We have Knight of Pentacles upright. Ooh, another Knight. Knight of Wands upright. And 10 of Wands upright. Okay, get excited, get pumped. This is so interesting. I keep having trouble exactly saying yes or no. It's like this is a yes, but you'll see what I mean in a second due to the context. So it's a yes, and it's a positive one. So this shows the hard work you've been doing, and I will add a lot of unnecessary amount of hard work. It seems like you've been being taken advantage of. This is a lot of weight on your shoulders. This is other people saying, oh, do my work for me. It's a lot of tension and not fun feelings. But look at you go. You leave that situation, you leave it with happiness, bliss, guilt-free, dumping everybody's responsibilities back on them, just saying, listen, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to deal with your stuff. I'm just moving forward. Screw it. It doesn't matter if I thought those things were my crux or my tools or however you want to put it, and I'm now starting out fresh with nothing. I feel freer than ever before. And it's the sense of moving forward with a passion and understanding what you want out of life and just being like, that's enough. This is going to fuel me. That's all I need. And that's all I ever needed. So there's a sense of self-awareness, happiness, bliss, freedom, free-spiritedness, a lot of positive feelings. And then guess what? Due to that way of approaching things, leaving the old behind, going for the new, this sort of attitude, we get a return of the Knight of Pentacles. This is an abstract form of a gift, so this isn't just straight up getting an opportunity and you saying, this is what I want, and then someone saying, I see that you want this, let me give you this. It's something you didn't anticipate to get back in return. It's a little off and weird, but in a good way. So if this is like saying, I'm really into this thing, I want to do it all the time or whatever, and getting back people who are supportive of you and are getting a group of friends that are going to support you in your new decision. So again, it's not the opportunity of the new thing, but it is at least a nice, nicer environment, more helpful things, connections. These are definitely a branching point to the main new thing. So it's like a yes and a happy feeling and feeling weightless. So yeah, you can see what I'm saying when it's a little nuanced on the yes or no, because it's like, should I leave the situation? Yes. Is it good that well, actually, no. Now that I'm asking questions, it seems like a yes, 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 yes. Sorry if I was I needed to sort my thoughts out loud, so thank you for being cool with that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the video. It helps out like you would not believe. And let's get ready for group number 7. Group number 7. As you can see, I'm holding a cards right now. Let's find out, is your answer yes or no? We have the Sun card in reverse, the 8 of Wands in reverse. Oh no, the 6 of Wands in reverse. I don't normally express myself like that, but the reason why I'm saying oh no is this is a no due to a certain perspective you're going through, and I can see you're going through something that causes you to have a perspective, which causes the blockage, which then causes the opportunity or the thing that could be a yes. We'll pick out more cards to find out if it can still be a yes, based on an attitude change or perspective change better. You could have it essentially. So the main basis I see going on over here is the 6 of Wands. This is like suffering from confidence issues, not getting it, being disappointed, not feeling like you're good enough. And I think we've all been there. So I have the utmost sympathy and even empathy for you and what you're going through. But the thing that's so interesting about this popping up is it causes the 8 of Wands. I think it's the 8 of Wands that most likely was upright and then caused the 6 of Wands, which then caused the reverse 8 of Wands. And what I mean by that is The Eight of Wands, when it's upright, is like really positive. It's a lot of good things coming to you, but fast. And this is like a romance that's really quick and just too good to be true. This is all of a sudden getting all of this feedback from various jobs and being really excited about it or whatever. But often people become overwhelmed by too much of a good thing. And by coping and taking care of themselves, they start to put themselves down, because it's almost like if I start to block this off, and however I need to create some sort of obstacle, I don't have to deal with it because it's too much for me to accept a good thing. And that's where we get the Sun card. Because the Sun card is and when it's in reverse, it's still implying that this thing that you wanted or whatever is great. It's kind of confirmation that if this is a person you want to be with, they're awesome. They're a really nice person. If this is a job opportunity, yeah, it's fine. But when it's in reverse, it's like you start to make up reasons and find all the things that you don't like in it, again, as a pickiness and a self-sabotaging act of kind of pushing it away. So again, this is like finding all the things that you're like, oh, well, there's just still not parking. Or, I mean, well, they don't text me every day. Whatever the situation is, you're kind of making up reasons and putting your perspective there, again, out of that fear of saying, like, you know, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, because you just were not anticipating it to be so quick and so great and so amazing. And by having this sort of perspective, it's causing the dead halt, the stopping of this positive momentum forward. So we're going to see and pull more cards to basically see can we change this? If you change your perspective, can we make this a yes? You know, if you would still like this and if you're prepared for it. So let's find out. Eight of Swords, upright. 10 of Pentacles, upright. Oh, wow. Magician in reverse. Yep, that's a solid yes. Okay, so you really should consider trying your best to push through with confidence, only focus on the positive, start to understand yourself in that way, and just allow yourself to have a good thing, because this is an incredibly good thing. This is the 10 of Pentacles. This implies it's something that's going to last potentially for the rest of your life. This has got it's rewards beyond rewards. It's like when someone saves up all their money and they also have stocks, and in the long term after they retire, they keep receiving more money from the stocks, like passive income. But we're not just talking about income, because this is a general question. This is like receiving more beneficial, positive things past the initial just yes and acceptance and receiving that thing, that relationship, that opportunity, that career, whatever it is. So this is extremely positive, and you deserve it, and it shows that you actually earn it. So if you need any help with confidence, understand that you are deserving of this. So that's one thing to tell yourself and remind yourself, especially when we have the 10 of Pentacles talking about skill and intelligence with their resources. And then we have the confidence issues coming up again, and they're sandwiched around. They're just like the main thing plaguing you from accepting this. We have two different versions of these obstacles. So the Magician in reverse is when people have what is described as imposter syndrome. It's funny, I find the Magician card pops up actually as a really positive omen, that when somebody has an imposter syndrome with themselves, it's actually unwarranted. You are deserving of your skill and talent. You are deserving of love. And you just have it made up in your head that, you don't really know what you're doing. You're not really that great of a person. It's like, it's receiving good things and feeling like you're not worth it or whatever. Again, confidence issues, which I'm so sorry you're dealing with. I think we've all been there again. But then we have the Eight of Swords. This is a really positive thing. I always consider the Eight of Swords a positive thing. This is when we have self-limiting obstacles. So those swords around her, those ropes, that blindfold, that's something she put there. She's convinced herself that other people have done it to her, but at any time, she could get out of those ropes. Her hands are free. She could take off that blindfold. She could remove those swords. So this is something, it's an awareness that you're the only one standing in your way, that no one else can bring you down. And if there is any sort of worry, I don't see it popping up in the cards, but if you're worried at all that someone else is going to get the opportunity and you're not going to get the opportunity, or you're not good enough, or like you think someone else is involved, or they're making you think they're involved. It's like when someone bullies you. No, their effort is only as powerful as you allow it to be. So no, you can remove those swords whenever you want, the second you realize that you did put them there to begin with, so to speak. So yes, you can totally change this no to a yes, but definitely consider working on it and making an effort, and understand that healing and feeling good about yourself does not happen instantly. It will happen in the long run, but be patient with yourself, but definitely fight for it, because this is a thing worth having, essentially. So don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Anyways, let's get ready for group number 8. Group number 8. I'm holding the cards. Group number 8. Let's find out, is your answer a yes or a no? We have 9 of Swords in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. This is fantastic. Okay, this is great. So you're going to be surprised when you hear me sounding this happy. So this is like a no, but a really fantastic no. This is a good thing no. So over here we have the Knight of Cups. This is somebody who's kind of giving you insincere affection, insincere promises. Often I find this pops up with relationships, and I find this pops up when people tend to, how do I say this? They're flirting with you in order to boost their own ego. They're not really into you, and you can often be a casualty of their ego, which is not fun and stupid, but it's kind of like, it's reassuring that this is here, and I'll explain why in a second. So then we have, and this is also reassuring because we have the 9 of Swords. When the 9 of Swords in reverse, even though this does depict someone dealing with incredible amounts of stress and feeling just totally overwhelmed, someone totally trapped in their thoughts, it's somebody who's overwhelmed for illegitimate reasons. I know this sounds weird, but stick with me. Your feelings are valid. That's not what I'm saying. When the 9 of Swords is upright, this implies something really did happen and you have good reason to be stressed out. Someone got hurt and that upsets you. That really did happen. But this is a really comforting card because it says, yes, your feelings of feeling stressed out, totally real. Those are real to you. That doesn't, I'm not trying to take away from that. I'm not trying to insult it in any way, shape, or form. But that means that you're anticipating something that hasn't really happened. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean when somebody said, no, that didn't really happen. It means, like, was the offer even really there? Like, they might have said no, but they didn't, the offer wasn't legitimate to begin with. So we have like a double confirmation that like it wasn't going to happen to begin with. It wasn't even on the table. It might have appeared like it was on the table, but you were never going to be the one that was picked. And even though that's not fun to experience because it's something clearly you wanted and it seemed like this person or this opportunity was presenting itself to you, the cool thing is we get the Hermit card. So the Hermit card in reverse is somebody who now understands the situation. They've thought it out, they figured it out, self-analytical. They've taken time to be inwards, and now they're taking that information. They're wiser, they're smarter than they were before, and they're now going out in the world, and with it facing outside the deck, it looks like a better, much more promising and actually fulfilling offer, whether this be a relationship, a job, whatever, is going to be found outside of this situation. So it not working out is a good thing because it wasn't going to be offered to you truly. It was always going to be a no based on nothing that you personally did, but their own personal problems. Again, this is based on them, not anything you've done. And it's a good thing that it's not working out because it's like, okay, cool, I'm not wasting my time anymore. Let me go see where the better relationship, the better job, whatever it is out there. So like I said, it's a no, but it's a really good no with a happy sort of sense of like closure and conclusion. Because again, you didn't do anything. That's their own problem. And you can be like, oh, cool, now I understand. Now time to move on. And like I said, the Hermit in reversed is an incredibly positive omen that that thing that better thing that you were actually seeking to begin with in the first place is not too far out of your grasp as soon as you kind of acknowledge this situation and fully wrap your head around it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider like, comment, and subscribing. It helps out my channel like you would not believe. Either way, have a beautiful day. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.